Abusive Gamer here, coming at you with some ROS, some Reapers of Souls, baby, yeah! Gonna do a little bit of rift action, greater rifts, just a little bit of farm, a little bit of something. Let's do this. Abusive Gamer. Here we go, we're gonna do a little bit of speed run. See this little sexy face for today. Let's see how this goes. See if I fixed a lot of my problems with gameplay and camera at the same time. But we're going to try to hit a high rift today. We're going to do a little bit of testing on some 23s here. Let's do a little quick one and see what happens. Gear setup is completely different depending on what you're doing in these bigger rifts. But the smaller rifts, you can get away with a speed belt, what have you, and have a little bit of a good time. So let's do a quick clear here. See how things going. Oh, dead ends everywhere. Is it going to be one of those rifts? I really don't want it to be one of those rifts. They're very annoying. I don't know about you guys, man, but ROS they've done a pretty good job. They recently just sent out patch 2.1.1. And I guess it's the Blizzard does all that to keep the numbers low, so that way it doesn't show people like patch 520. They do the same thing in World of Warcraft. Game's been out for what 10 years or whatever, or getting closer on that, and it's only like patch, what was it, 5 point something or another 6 point something, and the new expansion is going to be patched like 7 point whatever. But it's technically like patched probably like 20, 30,000 or something like that nature. Well, not even paying attention to Abusive Gamer almost got himself killed there. These boots are just so good, man. They're so good. But unfortunately, on my higher rift gear, I made a lot of changes for my solo play. Because I'm just not going to be able to push higher content unless I can put out more damage with the survivability as well. And I've tried everything under the sun to try to keep those boots on. And it's just not going to happen. I'm going to have to retire the old boots. Only on high rifts, though, of course. Here, don't really care how careful I'm being. Even though I really should, because this gives you like a false security. And then when you actually do a higher rift track, oh yeah, that's right, I gotta pay attention. Which, if anybody's done higher rifts, can cost you the actual entire rift one death. Which, one thing that it's funny because there's so many people with these leaderboards, and people really taking these leaderboards legitly. And I've tried to explain to people, because I've been around leaderboards since they were first introduced way back when, in almost every single game. Leaderboards never ever work in a game. And there's one reason for that, and it's not because people don't care. It's because of the cheating that happens on leaderboards. And the companies who know that the leaderboards are not legit or whatever, not wanting to reset the leaderboards, and they just let them go. We should have already had a leaderboard reset in this game, just because of the hot fixes that had to come out because of the things that were happening. But they didn't do it. People were being able to hit Paragon 800 to 1,000 the first night, because of the exploit in the Greater Rift. Even though, and I think I've talked about this in other videos, but even though Blizzard knew about it, they did nothing. They didn't reset or anything. Now it's too late in the season. You
you can't do nothing at all to anybody. So it's like that in every first-person shooter. Someone finds glitches. Someone finds that, oh, hey, if I have this weapon on, I can do this, and because of this or that, and the way you left the map or whatever can affect everything in the game. Unfortunately. And so the only way that they ever can be legit is if they're constantly updated, maintained, and if exploits are happening, they punish. Well, I basically say cheating because exploiting is something totally different. Um, but if there's blatant cheating going on, no, you know what? We take that back. Exploits not is not pretty much the same thing as cheating. Depending on exactly what you're doing. Like the Greater Rift, it wasn't really technically a cheat, but it was something to do with you entered uh, the Greater Rift with 4 people, and then if you left within between like 10 or 15 mobs being killed, and set out and let your friends finish the Greater Rift, for some reason you'd get like 50 Paragon levels or some ridiculous number. So that's an exploit. Some people could say that's cheat. That's cheating as well. But cheating is like saying I knew I can get on this torch and then jump up here and do all that. I guess you could say that's an exploit as well, but or getting underneath the map like in first person shooters and stuff like that. But the only way it can ever really be legit and act, oh man, I can't take those too high of a rift. But the only way for that actually to ever be competitive will have to be Blizzard has to, or anybody for that nature, not even just Blizzard, has to maintain those leaderboards. And the moment any kind of shenanigans or bullshit happens, people need to get banned, stripped, and if it's widespread, reset the leaderboards. You have to reset it no matter what. If someone has done a certain thing that's bad enough to really influence it, but you have to ban people. You have to put the fucking hammer down. You know what I'm saying? You have to, and make examples of them. But there's a reason why companies don't do that. And even though, say, Joe Blow is cheating the game or whatnot, he's still paying for. He's still paying for stuff in the game, right? He's still doing upgrades. He's still, in most games, he's still paying stuff and doing things. So they honestly don't like losing customers. And when they have to, Rift had to do that. They had to do it a wide ban of people like within the first 72 hours. And they lost tons of subs. And there's no way that most of those people even came back. It was too early. And the thing that they were getting banned for was retarded. Like, that was something that they shouldn't be getting banned for because, honestly, they didn't even know it was a cheat. Some people didn't even know. It was like you bought a weapon from a vendor and you could upgrade that weapon. It became the best thing ever in the game. And so people that even bought the weapon from the vendor were getting banned because they said that they should have known. Well, come on, Blizzard. It's something you have. Something you have in the game that somehow is affecting me and making me get banned for. Come on. Now stuff like that, like there's the gold wrap. Basically, it's an exploit, in my opinion. It's got to be, right? Like, how is it that Blizzard? There's no way Blizzard has an invulnerability. You get the gold wrap. I've got it right here. You get the gold wrap with the bracers, and you do it up, and as long as gold's dropping, you're good. It can't be legit, can it? I don't think so. But anyways, this is a little bit of a test run. But I'm gonna get my gems up to 30 plus, and Abusive come back with a high rift and see what happens. Might not talk hardly at all in that rift because I really want to focus and get it done. Anyways, this is Abuse Gamer.